Welcome to the Stock Market Daily News Podcast. Today is April 21st, 2026, and we're recapping yesterday's roller coaster session that kept investors on the edge of their seats. Major indexes struggled as geopolitical tensions reignited. The S&P 500 finished just above 7,100 but slipped almost 0.5%, while the Dow Jones dipped over 1%. The Nasdaq retreated after last week's tech rally. The biggest driver? Oil markets went wild after fresh conflict in the Middle East, threatening to swing global markets. Let's break down the top headlines and what they mean for your portfolio. First, oil prices surged again as Iran closed the Strait of Hormuz, a vital shipping lane for a fifth of global crude. Brent crude bounced about 5%, climbing back toward $95 a barrel, while West Texas Intermediate tested $89. The renewed blockade sent shockwaves through energy stocks and sparked worries over inflation and global growth, with traders bracing for more volatility as the ceasefire deadline approaches. Second, U.S. equities felt the heat from rising oil. The S&P 500, after last week's 4.5% rally, gave back nearly 0.5% as sentiment quickly reversed. The VIX Volatility Index, which had just settled near 18, now looks poised for an uptick as investors brace for more choppy sessions. Higher oil squeezes corporate margins and could stoke inflation, especially if crude tests new highs. Third, the rupee made headlines in India, dropping around 35 paise to below 93 per dollar as crude prices spiked. That's a direct hit to import costs and domestic inflation. The Reserve Bank of India is expected to step in to stem volatility, but currency traders warn continued tension could pressure emerging markets even further. Fourth, Bitcoin showed resilience, closing the week green despite global jitters. On-chain data indicates institutional investors bought over 25,000 BTC through spot ETFs last week, even as resistance looms around the $81,000 mark. Analysts are watching that level closely, since it matches the average ETF entry price, meaning sentiment could flip if Bitcoin cracks that barrier. Finally, airline stocks, especially EasyJet, are facing severe turbulence. EasyJet warned of a pre-tax loss between £540 and £560 million for the first half of its fiscal year, hit by surging jet fuel costs and softening demand. The airline said a third of its fuel needs remain exposed to the spot market, meaning any further spike in oil could deepen losses, with ripple effects across the travel sector. Quick recap. S&P 500 ended just above 7,100, Dow Jones closed lower, and oil surged near $100 a barrel. Rising geopolitical tension, currency swings, and volatility are back in full force. Keep an eye out this week for Tesla earnings on Wednesday, key regional bank results, and the looming U.S.-Iran ceasefire deadline. For more market updates, be sure to subscribe and follow us. Thanks for tuning in to Stock Market Daily News. We'll break down the next move every day.